HWM, UD, the story so far. Welcome to Journey into the Market. Today's spotlight is Symbol Watch, featuring HWM, Howmet Aerospace, a spinout from Arconic. Howmet locked in on aerospace dominance, fasteners, titanium, jet components, critical parts for Boeing, Airbus, and defense platforms. If it flies, it likely depends on Howmet. This isn't a momentum stock, it's a manufacturing fortress with pricing power, scarcity, and long-term contracts. And when we said that last time, the chart confirmed it. Now, the chart's shaping up again, and the story hasn't lost a step. When we last covered this name, it was flying high, and we didn't ignore that. We said loud and clear, this stock is extended, not exhausted. That was the call. Momentum was surging, indicators were flashing green, and money stream was vertical, but the price had run well ahead of its 60-day and 200-day averages. It was time for a breath, not a chase. So what did we do? We tagged it. Small position, tight watch list, patience. Not because the story was weak, but because strength like this often resets before it runs again. And now, that cool down happened. Not a crash, not a breakdown, just a clean sideways drift. The stock respected its range, settled into structure, and quietly reloaded. And as earnings approach at the end of July, that energy is back on deck. And now it's done just that. We stepped in with a 25-share stake. Not a gamble, but a tag. A way to stay connected while the setup evolved. That's the blue note. The orange box, that marked the prior high, the ceiling we expected to respect. And when it pulled back, it wasn't failure, it was structure. Now the purple box is in motion. A new high, a fresh range, and momentum confirming the story. It's not resistance, it's progress, and it's rising with price. The story held, the structure held, and now, HWM is back on deck.
Let's keep it technical. Price is back at 190.49, just under its previous high, and it didn't need a breakout to get there. The last pullback? Just 4 days, down 1.4%. Clean, no panic volume, no MA breach. The 10-day is turning up again, and all major moving averages, 10, 21, 60, and 200, are positively stacked. That's slope alignment, not noise. MACD, rising again after the June reset. Crossover confirmed, histogram building. No divergence, no stutter. Money stream is stable, hovering near highs. No distribution, no leak. Just a pause before continuation. And volume? Quiet during the dip. Active on the rebound. That's accumulation behavior, and it's showing up again this week. 6-month snapshot. Day 1 of a fresh uptrend, AVG uptrend length, 23.3 days. 6-month net gain, plus 42.28%. Daily climb rate, 0.27%. Conclusion, all systems are aligned. No breakdown, no exhaustion, just momentum, structure, and slope. Entry here is rational. Confirmation is visible.
Current events and market context. Q2 earnings coming. July 29th, a key catalyst is approaching as we speak. This is a strong setup into a known event date. Q1 results were strong. Revenue topped 194, plus 6%. EPS came in at 0.86, plus 51% YOY. Margins improved, and share repurchases cash returns were ramped. Earnings outlook raised. 2025 EPS estimates are now 3.36, 3.44, up from 3.13, 3.21 on continued demand and pricing power. Analyst reaction. Morgan Stanley, Susquehanna, RBC reiterate bullishness. Wall Street Zen downgraded to hold from buy, citing valuation, but other ratings remain strong. Portfolio and market risk balance. Sector tailwinds. Boeing projects. 43,600 aircraft deliveries over 20 years. Suppliers like Howmet are positioned to benefit from that volume. Supply constraints equal opportunity. CEO notes rising demand, plus supply chain events, factory fire, and tariff uncertainties. Yet, Howmet has secured orders and can pass costs to OEMs. Bottom line, the macro setup is favorable. Even if broader markets are red, HWM is riding its own secular wave, with earnings and supply dynamics in its favor. Emotional, portfolio fit. This isn't a trade, it's a stake in global aerospace re-expansion. Earnings date gives clarity and a defined risk boundary. Institutional accumulation continues, implying control even in wider volatility. Which brings us to the central question. Are we still in control even if the broader market is red? Absolutely. Here's why. 1. Aerospace-specific demand remains intact despite general market weakness. 2. Price structure is clean and technical is confirmed. 3. Earnings upside is real. Even a neutral report will not hurt the trend. HWM is set up with event-driven clarity, supported by macro aerospace strength, shareholder-friendly actions, and technical control. The tires are warm, engine-tuned, and Howmet is the vehicle. It's still holding. Breaking out, ripping, pure momentum. HWM is the engine, we're on full throttle. Let's ride.
Let's break it down. HWM just clocked a 6-month gain of 42% and didn't even break a sweat. Pullback? 4 days. Loss? 1.4%. That's not volatility. That's a stretch and reload. This isn't a stock guessing what it is. This is a specialist manufacturer leading from position, not hype. We are on day 1 of a confirmed uptrend with a 10-day slope re-engaged, MACD firing, and money stream holding above its last peak. This isn't breakout territory. This is pre-breakout structure, and that's where the edge lives. Leaderboard check, back in the command crew, pulling rank ahead of TDG. ROC surged this week, pacing with RTX and VRT, holding a top spot in aerospace, but running like a stock in tech. What makes it stand out? Consistency, not just in gain, but in behavior. Every dip has been controlled. Every run has started with structure. You don't buy this at the top, you buy it on the breath, and this week was the exhale. Buy on the low, scale with the flow, hold until volume lets you go. Conviction level, green light. This one isn't done, it's just getting warmed up.
The story held, the structure held, and now Howmet Aerospace is back on deck. No breakdown, no exhaustion, just pure gain momentum. Tires warmed, engine tuned, Howmet is the vehicle. And when you see the flag is low, it's time to buy Mo. Let's ride in the helmet. That's the full rundown on HWM Howmet Aerospace. If you found the breakdown useful, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next draft update. All charts and numbers came from public data, processed in-house. This isn't a recommendation to buy or sell. It's just how I track and trade my own picks. I may be long, short, or flat, any symbol mentioned. You can find us at notesideasandthoughts.wordpress.com. See you in the next episode.